What's going on, everyone? So, this is gonna be another show review. So, last night I went to see Die Is Murder with After the Burial, Currents, and Brand of Sacrifice in Toronto at the Opera House. Yeah, June 1st. It was quite the show. So most of these are like deathcore bands. Um, so the first band was Brand of Sacrifice, Toronto's own Brand of Sacrifice. This is my second time seeing them. Um, they played a lot of their new album, Lifeblood. Now these guys, they're your standard deathcore band, but the vocalist can do some gnarly growls and deep guttural vocals. Like it's pretty deep, and then they have some pretty real heavy breakdowns and stuff. The pit was insane for them, and it was a whole lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Too bad they only played a half hour, but still, it was a lot of fun. Brand of Sacrifice is sick. I have both their full lengths. I just need to get their original EP, and then I have the whole discography. But yeah, they're really good. They get a 5 out of 5 for performance. There's a lot of movement, and you can tell they're having fun on stage too. Second band was Currents. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Currents. I'm not exactly sure where they're from. They're from somewhere in the States, I think. But yeah, they're more of a, I'd say they're more metalcore with some progressive elements mixed in with it. So, like, they have your typical metalcore, like, breakdowns and stuff, but they do some more, like, softer, progressive vocals in some parts of certain songs. And yeah, they were more of like really mellow compared to the other bands, which is a good like little break, I guess. But still, they weren't too bad. I know a lot of people that love these guys, but I never got into them, and they're kind of like your generic metalcore band, just with some progressive vocals. So, but still, they a lot of people seemed into them, and they still had some interesting stuff to offer and things like that. They were entertaining a bit. They pretty much stood still for most of it, except for the bass player. But yeah, overall, their performance was still decent. But it just wasn't for me. Well, I'm not really into them, so yeah, I'm gonna give them a 4 out of 5. Though they're still a good perform. It's still a good performance. And then it was a co-headline tour. So after the burial came out and played for an hour, and oh boy, so I seen these guys like 10 years ago with Fear Factory for my first club show, and yeah, they were good, sick back then, and kind of forgot about them till recently. So yeah, it was good. They played a lot of their newer stuff, a few older songs mixed in there, but yeah, they were pretty heavy. They were a little more on the metalcore side than the deathcore side of things. But yeah, they definitely know how to work a crowd and do it. They got stoned on stage, apparently for the first time, they said, but yeah, right. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. The whole floor at the Opera House was a whole pit, so all of us were like moving. You couldn't stand still, and I'm pretty sure my feet weren't even on the floor for half of it. And yeah, so it was quite a fun, crazy time on there. So that was a lot of fun. They have some really heavy songs, some more melodic almost sounding songs and stuff. So it's quite different and interesting. A lot of fun. Definitely was so full of energy and a lot of good times. So after the burial, I'm giving them probably a 4.5 out of 5. I kind of wish they played some more heavier stuff, but yeah, overall it's still a really good show. And then Tired as Murder came on. So for the first half of the set, I was in pretty much the front row, and oh boy, was that quite the experience. Usually at a death metal or deathcore show, you're basically rocking back and forth like away from how big the pits are behind you and stuff. And it was so much fun up there seeing them right up close. It's my third time seeing Tired as Murder, and first time seeing them do a full headline set, a club setting, and oh, it was a lot of fun. They were really sick. No, there's no flaws really much at all. They played a lot of their big tunes. Obviously, they closed off Reign of Darkness, but they also played like Holy War, Fur and Claw, and a lot of the newer stuff, Killing Season and stuff like that. So yeah, it went by so fast though. That's that, and well, it was definitely worth the wait. It was awesome, really good. They're definitely like one of the torchbearers of the modern deathcore death metal scene, and they're definitely good at. You can see them getting bigger and bigger. The show is pretty much sold out, so Yeah, it was quite a fun night last night. Very rough, very brutal, and I'm surprised I could still mosh and keep up with all that. Cause like I'm like 30 now, so it's probably gonna cut it sooner or later, but we'll see how it goes. But it was a lot of fun, so I'm gonna give Thyroid's Murder a 5 out of 5. The whole show a 5 out of 5 because it was quite the fun experience. Way better than I was expecting, and definitely one of the way better shows this year so far. So hopefully I get a couple more of those in. Uh, but yeah, but like for now, the next show I'm going to be going to, I think, is the Tea Party actually at History in Toronto on like June 10th, I think it is. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have quite a few rock shows. There's another death metal show coming up like on the 25th, I think, and that's 20th or the 25th, and that's Suffocation and Atheist. So we'll be doing one of those too. So yeah, but yeah, if you see me at a show, give me a shout out. Come by, say hi, whatever. If you have a band that you want me to see and review or something, comment them down below. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's linked down below, and my TikTok. There's tons of videos and pictures on those of the show. And yeah, but that's it for this one. Great time. Live music's back. Make sure you support your artists. Go see them live. Buy their merch. Buy their music. Don't just download it for free. And yeah, support the bands you love. And yeah, rock on.